Hey everybody, how are you doing? We're live once again, JD Temple on Sunday afternoon. Sorry, part of the top of my head is kind of chopped off a little here. Um, that's no big deal. I wanted to jump on because I have a 2 hour consultation coming up, but I was an hour early for it, and because I think the gentleman lives in Australia, so I had like 45 minutes to an hour to kill. So I was like, okay, well, I'll jump on and do a live, and I also wanted just to jump on and to have the opportunity to say to be sure to check out Nina the Mystic's channel tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, so 9 p.m., 6 p.m. Pacific. I'll be on her channel live. I don't know what we're going to be talking about exactly, but I'm sure it'll be some cool conversation. And I've always really enjoyed Nina, and she's been a friend of mine for a long time now, like probably like 5 or 6 years or something. I've known her quite a while, so it'll be good to chat with her and to catch up with her and see how she is and see what she's got going on. Hey, Kazian, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Um, I was going to get into, possibly some oracle card readings. I mean, like if time doesn't permit, then I won't get into that. I guess what I wanted to get into, like maybe more than anything, is just like, oh shoot, I need to plug my computer in before it dies. Hmm. I hope the cord is in here. I'm gonna get the cord. I'm glad of that. Hold on. All righty. Save the day with that. What I wanted to get into, I guess, and what I get into briefly, is just the crazy changes that I've been going through here recently. Um, just on all levels, like spiritual, energetic, physical, emotional, mental. You name it. Like it, I've just been really undergoing such a radical transformation that I've been kind of having a little bit of a hard time with it. Of course, as transformation goes and as growth goes, it can be painful and it can be scary. And I've been experiencing some of that here recently. Um, I haven't been able to eat meat at all for probably the last 5 or 6 weeks, I guess. And of course, like I have been vegetarian in the past. I've never been like completely vegan, but I've been vegetarian and pescatarian in the past for like upwards of a year. But this is what's happening with me now is totally different. This is not, it's not really like a choice at this point now. Um, it's like eating flesh is not something that I even consider as food anymore. And it's just like it's really strange. And then my appetite the past few days has gotten a little bit better, but I've also only been eating like one meal a day. So food, just like food in general, is kind of like taking on. um Yeah, thanks. Like, yeah, I've been through the works. Yeah, yeah, for sure. But here recently, it's just been extra taxing. Um, so there's a lot changing like inside of me as far as like my body and like what my body wants and what my body needs and what my body considers as food and nourishment and sustenance. Um, hey, Juan, how are you? So it's just like going through these types of changes all at once can be somewhat overwhelming, and I'm sure that there are people out there that can relate to what I'm talking about, and it's certainly nothing to be overly concerned with because this is a part of growth. As I said earlier, this is part of any spiritual path. You're going to have these dark nights of the soul, but this is even a little this. And I know I've said this a million times before that, like, um, I would guess, like with every dark night of the soul, I always say, like, this dark night of the soul is different, and this one feels much different too. But sometimes they are going to be a little more severe, a little less severe each time you go through these dark nights of the soul. But this one that I've been going through here recently has been probably, it definitely the most profound that I've experienced so far in my spiritual journey. So it has really, really, really been difficult. And so that's what's been happening with me, and I'll be getting into more of that. I'll be talking more about it. It's hard when you're going through these things to talk about them in the moment. I mean, that's what I like to do, of course, because I like to get on here and just be able to speak from my heart, speak from my soul, and just let you guys know whatever it is that's on my mind or whatever it is that I want to convey. And I usually really don't hold back too much, but it can get difficult. I guess, how much time do we have? We've got about 30 minutes. So I'll do some cards. I'll pull some cards. Why not? And if anybody wants to participate, just pick pile number 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to pull several oracle cards. I've got several decks here, so I'm going to pull a deck from like 3 to 4 different decks for piles 1, 2, and 3. Of course, anybody watching this video in the future, these types of readings are timeless. So even if you're watching this video tomorrow or even a week from the time that it actually comes into your reality, that's when it's going to be relevant. So no biggie if you're not here right now. And a big thank you to everybody that is here right now. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it very, very, very much. I know that people have things to do on weekends, so taking the time out and being here with me is much appreciated. So thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to get into piles number 1. I'm going to be pulling from, we're going to be using the Ascended Masters Oracle card deck. We're going to be pulling from the Soul's Journey Oracle card deck, the Sacred Rebels, and the Work Your Light Oracle. So also I have this dice that I use for divination. That's like, it has a lot of like crazy little people and symbols on it doing like different things. And so I like to use these as well. And I'll kind of roll that at some point during each one of the spreads. So let's go to the Sacred Rebels first here. So Sacred Oracle, this is the Ascended Masters Oracle. For all those that have chosen pile number 1, please reveal unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant and one that will help to assist them in their life at this time moving forward. Be at their highest and best good. So maybe. Let's see what we got here. Cut it 3 times. And we've got purification. So White Tara is coming through talking about purification for all of you that have chosen pile number 1 so far. And then we're going to move over to the Soul's Journey. Soul's Journey Oracle. For all of those that have chosen pile number 1, please reveal unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their lives, and one that will assist them moving forward, their highest and best good. So might be. Cut this one 3 times. This one we've got judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Okay, so with that, we're moving on to the Sacred Rebels Oracle. See how that's going to add into the mix of all of this that is like unfolding right now. So Sacred Rebels Oracle. For all of those that have chosen pile number 1, please reveal unto them a true and accurate message. One that is relevant in their lives, and one that will help them to move forward in a positive and powerful way. So let it be. Three. Listening for truth. All right. So we got listening for truth, and I am going to pull one more card, and that's going to be from the Work Your Light Oracle, and that's going to add one more layer to these readings here. So Work Your Light Oracle, for all those that have chosen pile number 1, please deliver unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their lives, and one that shall help them to move forward in a positive and powerful way. So let it be. And then we've got, in this pile number 1, this is pretty crazy, some things going on here. These are the cards that we've got. We've got White Terra for purification here. And then we've got a Judgment card, a Listening for the Truth, and then Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. And so what this is looking like to me is like, for a lot of you that have chosen pile number 1, this is something that could be like pretty prominent in your life, a situation that you're dealing with, and that like something that like you are absolutely aware of, or this is something that could actually be playing out in the background of your life, something that is directly affecting you, but it's indirectly affecting you because you're not aware of it. However, you are subjected to it quite often, but unaware of it. And it sounds like there's a lot of judgment going on. That's kind of like the energy that is surrounding the people that have chosen pile number 1. And this could be like family or close friends, associates, work. This could be a workplace type of issue, or it could just be like an overall life dynamic. But there is this overall feeling of judgment by those that feel like they know better than you do. They certainly are kind of calling for your purification in a sense, maybe wanting you to live your life in a different way, or asking you to radically make changes to yourself that maybe you may not be wanting to make, or you may be unwilling to make. Things that maybe they would like actually maybe even go against who you are as a person, quite possibly at this point in time. So this is a tough one, and this is a tough energy to deal with. And this is one too, like where the curse energies of like the evil eye can come into place, or come into play in someone's lives, and be wreaking havoc just from that tension and resentment that is caused by the energy that comes from consistent judgment. So I feel for you though, all of you that have chosen pile number one, if you're dealing, with some of this judgment in your life, it can be very difficult. And I know it's like easier said than done to just say, well, just don't worry about it and just get over it. And like, who cares what people think about you and that kind of thing. And while, of course, it is important, to stand in your own power and that kind of thing. But it is also important to be humble when that's necessary too. But I know that this is difficult to live in that constant judgment energy. And it can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming to deal with that. Of course, people care, what other people think of them at the end of the day, right? So when you're living with that, when you live with a lot of judgment, that can really cause a whole different variety of issues. But just be patient, be patient. I think living your best life is the best remedy for these judgments, and to show people that they are misunderstood. Or with the other side of this, maybe there are some of those that have chosen pile number one where there is some judgment, and maybe that judgment is there, and maybe it's there rightfully so. Maybe you are doing some things that you shouldn't be doing, or living your life in some ways that is not correct, and you know that, and these people that are judging you know that too, and they know that you know it. So there's going to be that judgment energy there, naturally, because you know better. So if you're on the side of that, if you're on that side of the fence of the pile number ones of that you know better, then this is kind of a wake up call that you know better then. And now you know, and you can correct it, you can get rid of that judgment energy. But we're going to move on to the pile number twos. All right, so we're going to move on to pile number two here. And this is for the Ascended Masters Oracle. So Ascended Masters Oracle. For all of those that have chosen pile number two, please deliver unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant to them in their lives at this moment, and one that will help them to move forward in a positive and powerful way. So man, these guys don't shuffle. They don't shuffle very good. Or I don't shuffle very good. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. And we've got Peace Offering, White Buffalo, Calf Woman. I forgot the divination dice in the last one. So the divination dice are not going to be at play in these. So unfortunately, my bad. And so this Soul's Journey Lessons cards, for all those that have chosen pile number two, please reveal unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their lives and one that will help them to move forward in a positive and powerful way. So mote it be. 3. So this is pile number twos, y'all. For anybody that chose pile number two. So we got the friendship card on this one, and I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So far, Peace Offering and friendship have come up. So this pile number two definitely seems to be centered around relationships, which really should be the most important cornerstone of your life. Absolutely, relationships are are the most important in the physical and the spiritual. So Sacred Rebels Oracle. This one fell out because that was supposed to be. Okay, that was it. I just didn't pick these up. Okay. All right. So 2 fell out. I'm putting them back in. I'm starting all over. So Sacred Rebels Oracle. For all those that have chosen pile number 2, please deliver unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their lives, and one that will help them to move forward in a positive, powerful way. So let it be. Cut it 1, 2, 3. And we've got In the World, Not of the World. That is a really, really beautiful card right there. And finally, last but not least, the Work Your Light Oracle cards. So the Work Your Light Oracle cards, for all those who have chosen pile number 2, please reveal unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their lives at this moment, and one that will help them to move forward in life in a positive and powerful way. So mote it be. Cut it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we've got Mintuckin, Longing for Home, Belonging, the original light workers. Wow. So this, what I'm seeing here with these 4 cards is a pretty clear message. And I thought that originally it was alluding to a relationship in the physical realm, specifically between two human beings. But as I look at this is specifically pointing out to a relationship between human and spirit. So for all of those of you that have chosen pile number 2, this pile here is speaking directly in connection to your direct connection to the spiritual realms. And in that you do have that longing and that urge, the knowing that there is a home out there somewhere, that there is a place that you belong, and that you're yearning for that and you're looking for it. That this spirit that is guiding the way is in this world but not of this world, and that there has been some issue with this spirit. There has been some rift with this spirit. This seems to me and feels to me like a spirit that you would work very, very closely with, that for whatever reason there is tension there. There's been some kind of falling out. There's been some type of either like redirection possibly, or some reason. There's a reason that the consistency and regularity in which you used to work with this spirit is no longer happening, because there is a need to make peace with this spirit. This spirit is a very powerful spirit. This spirit is one that I feel like you've already come a long way with. But for whatever reason, that relationship stagnated or fell silent. Your interest maybe went elsewhere, and the connection with that spirit kind of dwindled, and over time kind of fizzled out and kind of somewhat died. It does feel like in this specific case too, that this spirit was, I don't want to say offended. Offended is not the word, is more of hurt feelings. A disappointment. So not really offense, more of disappointment. But there is a need, and there is the possibility to make it right with the spirit. And that is actually what the spirit wants too. But you would need to initiate this process. But I would say that in all actuality, the spirit has already initiated this through the reading and through you having picked pile number 2. The spirit's already initiated this process of reconciliation. So now it is up to you to take the next step to go into ritual, make that grand gesture of an offering, of whatever that may be, whatever you like to offer. Um, whether that just be libations, or if you're a sacrificial person, or if it's just oils and candles and incense, whatever you like. You can make it right with that spirit. But for those of you that chose pile number 2, that's something that I feel is going to be important for your progression moving forward, is making things right with whatever this spiritual energy or force or spirit or deity is, that used to be important to you, but is that isn't at the moment, but maybe should be. That's the one that I'm talking about. So just so you know. So we're going to move on to those. It's 4:44. Awesome. That's a great time. We're going to move on to those that have chosen pile number 3. Had to get some of that delicious Jersey Mike's cream soda. Okay, so we're going to move on to pile number 3. Yeah, exactly. Hammer Gypsy. And thanks everybody else for being here too. I really super appreciate it. What's up, Azaman and Iniya Alamgaba and Blake? Hey. All right, so this is pile number 3, Ascended Masters Oracle. For all those who've chosen pile number 3, please deliver unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their lives, and one that shall help them to move forward in a positive and powerful way. So mote it be. Code 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And we've got fertility. We've got Pan. Eo, 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 Pan. Fertility. Okay, moving on to the Soul's Journey Lessons cards. So Soul's Journey Lessons cards, for all those that have chosen pile number 3, please deliver unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their lives, and one that can help them to move forward in a positive and powerful way. So mote it be. One, 2, 3. And we've got guilt. Ooh, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So we got fertility and we've got guilt so far in this stack for piles number 3s. And we're moving on to the Sacred Rebels Oracle, one of my favorites. So Sacred Rebels Oracle, for all those that have chosen pile number 3, please reveal unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their life, and one that can help them or assist them to move forward in a positive and powerful way. So mote it be. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And we've got, Pandora's Gift. Wow, that's a pretty wicked looking card right there. Wow. And lastly but not least, the Lightworkers Oracle. Lightworkers Oracle, for all those that have chosen pile number 3, please reveal unto them a true and accurate message, one that is relevant in their life, and one that can help them to move forward in a positive, powerful way. So mote it be. 1, 2, 3. And we've got Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Wow, man. So we've got in this pile number 3 spread right here. Gosh, I gotta shave. My my hair keeps getting in my mouth, and I hate it. I hate it. It sucks. I gotta take care of it. So I will do that soon. I gotta get rid of a lot of this. It's just The beard's a little too much right now for me. But anyway, let's get back to the cards, shall we? So we've got fertility, guilt, Pandora's gift, and unbound. And like, just as I look at these four cards, like the spirit is speaking to me like very, very strongly. And I've been talking a lot about this, and this is something that I deal with like so much in my life too, and really like there have been times when and in my life where I have been like totally controlled by guilt, and was operating in every area of my life based on the uh, the energetic dynamic that my life would take on, because specifically because I was living in a state of so much guilt. Um, and so of course there's things where like you've done something in the past, and um, you feel bad about it and you feel guilty about it, and you want to make amends, or you need forgiveness, this or that or whatever. But then there's like a whole other part of guilt where guilt can come into your life, and that's like when you're not living in congruence with your own conscience, because like your conscience is also known as the authentic voice of God. And when you're living in a vibrational state of guilt, and you're living in a consistent state of not in alignment, a vibrational resonance with your own conscience, then it's just like a recipe for disaster. So for those of you, this is kind of like pile number one's deck, in that there's two different ways that guilt, I believe, will get people in those that have chosen pile number three. Like, you either got to release and it could even be some of both going on at the same time, which is probably where most of you will fall into this category that have chosen pile number three. You've got past guilt that you continue to hold on to, that is plaguing you, that's causing you issues in life. That you're either consciously aware of or not consciously aware of, as far as like the problems that the guilt is manifesting. And then you got the guilt based on going against your own conscience daily. And then in the various ways that you go against your own conscience, in the way that you live your life, or in your relationships with other people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is definitely a calling from the spirits to become aware of this in your life. Like, what type of guilt is affecting you, and how does it need to be addressed, and how can you address it? Because it's coming out so prominently in this reading here for those that have chosen pile number three, that obviously it is something that is an issue in your life somewhere. And like I said, like whether you're consciously aware of it or not, this is something where you have to maybe take a step back, and maybe get like a different perspective on certain situations, and take a look and see like, is like current ways that I'm living, or things that I've done in the past that I haven't come to terms with, affecting my quality of life in these areas and in these ways, and how can they be fixed? There's certainly a big reward for it once you do, because it looks like that this is one of the biggest things that is holding people back in this pile number three, because they're like the prize for getting through that is Pandora's gift and fertility. So basically, like the blessings upon everything that you do and touch, after you have unburdened yourself of this energy that's surrounding your life at this moment. So that's what I got for you. Hope that resonated with with you all. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I hope it did. Take what fits and release the rest. I usually find that these readings are usually definitely speaking to me spot on. Um, and I hope that some of you kind of found that too. If not, like anything, it's always fun, right? It's fun, it's entertaining. Um, and it's always interesting to kind of see the synchronicities and how things match up. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes how they're just like spot freaking on. Anyways, cool. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Um, but I've got a few minutes to hang out. So I'll hang out with you guys for a few minutes. I've got a consult that I have to jump on like in 5 minutes from now. And then don't forget, if you all are available tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Nina the Mystics channel tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Nina the Mystics channel. I will be there. Nina will be there. Hopefully you will be there too. Um, if I can help you in any way magically, if you are in the need of shamanic energy work, custom magical ritual workings, readings, consultations, I've got badass talismans and amulets available. Here is one of them right here. They are freaking absolutely awesome. And I personally ritually imbue, eat, and consecrate each one before they are shipped out directly to you from me. And you can find all of that there at jdtemple.info. One more time, it's jdtemple.info. And if you can't find me there, you can find me at jdtemple.info. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Smell my face. Smell it good. Tonight, Nina's channel, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. See ya.